Evacuated. First tonight in our news, live at 7. Bahamian students in Jamaica are headed home as Tropical Storm Melissa makes its way toward that island nation. The Student Association president is on the record tonight. Plus, all eyes are still on Golden Isles tonight as the by-election fever is set to intensify. PLP candidate Darren Pickstock assuring the seat will remain gold. And after multiple delays, government officially opening the Abaco Hurricane Shelter and Community Center in Central Pines. We've got the details from the long-awaited opening. And then in our news at 7:30, our by-election coverage comes back into focus as residents in Golden Isles air out their concerns. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Berthany McDermott in for Kendino Knowles. As Jamaica braces for the impact of Tropical Storm Melissa, the Davis administration jumping into action, sending an evacuation flight for Bahamian students there. The megastorm now moving northward across parts of Jamaica, Hispaniola, and Puerto Rico. Bahamian Student Association President Victoria Jane Jakes telling us not every student chose to take the evacuation flight back home.
A number of students are taking advantage of this generous offer and are currently being accommodated by the Bahamian government for the evacuation. It is important that I know that not every student is departing Jamaica. A cohort of students have chosen to remain on the island due to personal reasons. For those students who are remaining, I want to assure the public and their families that they are in continuous contact and receiving regular official updates from both the University of the West Indies and the Government of Jamaica's Disaster Preparedness Agency.
Devin Chambers is a third-year medical student at the University of the West Indies Mona campus. Chambers says grocery stores are filled as Jamaicans prep for the storm.
The development from it's a category a tropical storm to an expected category 3 or 4 hurricane is very sudden because all of the talk about us being flown back really happened in like a 3-hour span yesterday afternoon. I was at the hospital and it went from I don't know if we have any reason to go to I'm going home to pack. So that the whole development was kind of sudden.
Now that evacuation flight is set to land later this afternoon, we'll have more from those students in our news weekend. Those here at home are also prepping for heavy rain over the next few days from the tropical storm. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center with more. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Bethany. Yeah, this is a dire situation right now we're watching. As it's still a tropical storm, but the winds have strengthened. It's up to 65 miles per hour, and this system is expected to rapidly intensify. We expect the system to become a Category 3 to a Category 4 by early next week. But we are going to continue to monitor this because it is headed our way. Right now, the 5 p.m. position places Melissa, still a tropical storm, 16.0 degrees north, 74.3 west, winds up to 65 miles per hour, and its movement is at a snail's pace, 2 miles per hour, and it is sitting across some very warm waters. It's also, the shear is weakening across the storm itself. You notice the big blow-up of convection, some reds in there, and it's trying to get its act together. The system will continue to track towards the north overnight through tomorrow, but by Saturday we expect it to make a quick turn towards the west and rapidly intensify to a Category 3 system by Monday morning, and then move still towards the west by Monday afternoon. Then we expect it to make that turn towards the north and northeast. That will bring the system towards our area, the southeast and central Bahamas. We ask you to prepare for the system for next week, as the system is expected to be in our vicinity by Wednesday. But those rain bands, that moisture associated with the system will continue to plague us for the southeast Bahamas for the next couple of days, with it eventually spreading across the central and northwest Bahamas. The scenarios we were looking at last evening, basically the one that's likely to happen is the system is going to be moving just off the west coast of Jamaica, moving across that area. And as I mentioned, moving across the southeast and central Bahamas, likely to bring us some very significant rainfall. So we're asking you to continue to monitor the progress of the system as we are looking for a Category 1 at least, possibly even a Category 2 storm moving through our area. Personally.
Thanks so much, Greg. Now to another story we've been following. Disgraced Royal Bahamas Defense Force Petty Officer Darren Roca has pleaded guilty to his role in a multifaceted cocaine smuggling scheme. The 56-year-old was arrested while on vacation in Florida last November and extradited to New York after U.S. indictment alleged that corrupt Bahamian law enforcement officers helped traffickers smuggle cocaine and firearms. Roca changed his plea to guilty during an appearance before a New York Justice Gregory Woods. Sentencing has been set for January 21st. The former Royal Bahamas Defense Force Chief Petty Officer was indicted alongside Chief Superintendent Elvis Curtis and William Simeon. U.S. prosecutors allege they played key roles in facilitating the movement of drugs from the Bahamas into the United States. Several other Bahamians were also named in that federal indictment. All eyes are on Golden Isles for the upcoming by-election. There are at least 2 confirmed candidates vying for the seat. One of them is Darren Pickstock, who is representing the Progressive Liberal Party. We caught up with him in the South New Providence community, Pickstock telling us he's gotten a warm welcome from residents there.
This seat will remain gold.
As the by-election looms to select new representation for the Golden Isles constituency in the wake of the sudden passing of MP Vaughn Miller, PLP candidate for the area Darren Pickstock says they've already started hitting the ground running. While he says residents have been receptive, they do have concerns.
Some of the concerns are infrastructural in nature, and so roads. And as you can see, we're down on Unison's Road, we're down on Spikenard Road, we're paving down there currently. We're going through Harmony Street paving, and we'll be moving west. We're also, the main Carmichael Road is also being paved.
Pickstock says they're building on progress in the area. On Friday, Prime Minister Philip Davis said it's important that Golden Isles remain gold. While it's still unclear if the Free National Movement will contest the upcoming election, the party ratified Brian Brown earlier this year. He's been a staple in the community since 2011. He even contested the 2021 general election. But Pickstock says he's not new to politics.
I began this journey back in 1998. As you know, I was the chairman of the Progressive Young Liberals. I served as the chairman of the Real Property Tax Appeals Board. I served I'm currently a senator, and I also served as the executive chairman of the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation. And so this has prepared me.
Wednesday night, Prime Minister Philip Davis, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, and Energy and Transport Minister JoBeth Colby Davis and others took the streets of Golden Isles by storm. Pickstock believes it made a positive impact.
The constituents were very excited about seeing the leadership on the ground. I'm very excited, and I thank the leadership of the party for the support that they have been given.
The party plans to hit pause on its campaign as Vaughn Miller is laid to rest today. But this weekend, officials say the plan is to continue to turn up the heat.
I am here now, and I am about progress. I'm bringing energy to this constituency, and the people are receiving me well.
And with the by-election date set for November 24th, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper confirming that the Boundaries Commission is expected to meet within days as the government moves closer to finalizing its long-awaited report. Cooper, speaking with reporters in Andros, revealed that discussions are already scheduled with recommendations set to go before the Prime Minister.
Well, we're meeting in earnest with the committee on Monday or Tuesday. That meeting has already been set. The government will have some suggestions at that meeting. Once that meeting is completed, we are going to send a draft report on to the Prime Minister, hopefully next week. And thereafter, he will determine the timeline that he is comfortable with. So suffice to say, I would say soon we should be hearing more.
Phase 1 of the Abaco Hurricane Shelter and Community Center is officially complete. Yesterday, major donors, government leaders, and residents of the Northern Island gathered in Central Pines as the building was blessed and handed over to residents of that community. Our Megan Shepard was there.
After years of setbacks and delays, the Abaco Hurricane Shelter and Community Center officially handed over to residents on this northern island today. It was back in December 2020 when the Hubert Minnis-led administration broke ground here in Central Pines, Abaco, for the construction of this hurricane shelter following the devastating events of Hurricane Dorian. And now, almost 5 years later, under the Davis administration, minister with responsibility for disaster risk management Management, Leon Lundy, reflecting on those devastating events that led to the vision and now fruition of this community center.
Our journey from lesson to law is central to today's handover. In December of 2022, Parliament gave life to a new disaster risk management framework.
Now, the construction of the hurricane shelter and community center was made possible thanks to a $1 million donation from the Government of India. High Commissioner of India to the Bahamas, His Excellency Sri Joshi, calling the shelter an iconic symbol of the growing partnership between the two countries.
The Abaco Shelter and Community Center has been constructed to the latest storm resilience standards to withstand hurricane force winds of up to 250 miles per hour and designed to accommodate 400 and 800 people.
The People's Republic of China also making a contribution to the construction. Commercial attaché at the Chinese embassy even hinting that more funds could be on the way.
And so we will continue to support the country's efforts on disaster prevention.
Member of Parliament for North Abaco, Kirk Cornish, adding that the center is extra special to the community.
Local contractors, tradesmen, and residents played central roles.
Now, construction is just a phase one of the process. The facility still has to be outfitted with furniture along with other additions. According to Lundy, phase two will begin immediately. Other partners include the United Nations Development Program, EY Bahamas, the One Bahamas Foundation, and the Bahamas Hope Foundation. Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
Coming up in sports, we talk hoops, both coaching and playing. Will a historic season for Jazz be enough to land him on an elite list? And more.
Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
You gotta catch the Charlie Bahamas show this week. We're coming from Superwash with Hope and Cookie. Today looking for Charlie Banana.
That's Charlie Banana.
Catch
Is he
the show.
again?
I hear them. Hurry up, catch the show. Cable Bahamas Channel 212. I know Hope's real name. Where did Cookie come from?
Nobody seemed to know.
Do you know?
No.
Catch the Charlie Bahama new season every Friday, 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio, or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say they...
You get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Bahamas national team veteran player Keno Burrows continues to grow the game. This time, he looks to make the move to the sidelines. Burrows attended the USA Basketball Coach Academy in New York, joining a group of elite coaches and educators for 2 days of development and networking. The event featured presentations from some of the most respected names in the game, including former NBA coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Bob Hurley, and 10-time gold medal winner Don Showalter. Topics range from attacking zone defenses and improving player decision-making to developing team culture and communication.
If the first few nights are any indication, the Western Conference is going to be an absolute war. Buddy Hield and the Golden State Warriors hope to be in the mix. Hield scored 11 and the Warriors came from behind to beat the Denver Nuggets 137-131 in overtime. The Warriors have a quick turnaround as they take on the Trailblazers tonight at 10 p.m.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. has a shot at some postseason hardware. Louisville Slugger announced the finalists for the 2025 Silver Slugger Awards, which honor the best offensive players in the MLB. Chisholm, the Yankees All-Star second baseman, was a finalist for the position in the American League, joined by Brandon Lowe of the Tampa Bay Rays and Jorge Polanco of the Seattle Mariners. Chisholm finished with 31 home runs, 32 stolen bases, 80 RBI, and 813 OPS, and get this, a batting average of .242. And we send you into the weekend with possibly the easiest list of top plays we've ever done. That'll do it for our sports. Stay tuned to our news at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world. As Tropical Storm Melissa intensifies, forecasters warn it could become a catastrophic hurricane. Plus, U.S. President Donald Trump says all trade negotiations with Canada have been terminated after accusing Canadian officials of circulating what he called a fraudulent advertisement featuring former President Ronald Reagan. We have the details when our news returns.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News update sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel, so now most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going on.
Well, I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news you don't want to miss. So what are you waiting for? Be sure to press the notification bell on the WhatsApp broadcast channel so that you don't miss out on all of the real-time updates.
When I wake up in the morning and I take a walk outside, I see the sunshine, I see a new day, and that feeling puts a smile right on my face. I know just what to do, go to the paint place. So if you wanna paint it right the first time, go to the paint place, stop at the paint place. And if you want it to last a lifetime, go to the paint place, stop at the paint place.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
What? This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Tropical Storm Melissa is intensifying, and forecasters say it could become a catastrophic hurricane. The storm is already unleashing torrential rain across Jamaica, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic, with severe flooding risk threatening millions. At least 3 people have been killed in Haiti as Melissa causes devastating flooding, and meteorologists warn the storm could become a serious Category 4 hurricane. The United States National Hurricane Center warned of life-threatening and catastrophic flash flooding and landslides throughout Hispaniola. It will bring up to 14 inches of rain in the coming days and potentially the same amount to Jamaica, according to the NHC. And U.S. President Donald Trump says all trade negotiations with Canada have been terminated after accusing Canadian officials of circulating what he called a fraudulent advertisement featuring former President Ronald Reagan. The ad, which shows Reagan criticizing tariffs as job killers that sparked trade wars, reportedly caught Trump's attention early this week. Ontario Premier Doug Ford confirmed that the clip had reached the president, saying, "I'm sure he wasn't too happy." The two countries have been negotiating over steel, aluminum, and auto tariffs imposed earlier this year. Meantime, Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney says they're ready to pick up trade negotiations with the U.S.
My colleagues have been working with their American colleagues on detailed, constructive negotiations, discussions on specific transactions, specific sectors, steel, aluminum, and energy. And a lot of progress has been made. And we stand ready to pick up on that progress and build on that progress when the Americans are ready to have those discussions, because it will be for the benefit of workers in the United States, workers in Canada, and families in both of our countries.
Still to come in our news, Today in History, find out interesting facts about the day that was October 24th. And then in our news at 7:30, 92 Bahamians made their way home as Jamaica braces for Tropical Storm Melissa. The details when our news returns.
You gotta catch the Charlie Bahamas show this week. We're coming from Superwash with Hope and Cookie. Today looking for Charlie Banana.
That's Charlie Banana.
Catch
Is he
the show.
again?
I hear them. Hurry up, catch the show. Cable Bahamas Channel 212. I know Hope's real name. Where did Cookie come from?
Nobody seemed to know.
Do you know?
No.
Catch the Charlie Bahama new season every Friday, 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
I was just telling my friend I wish I could get my Our News updates sent to my phone, like a WhatsApp message or something, you know?
Haven't you heard?
Well, who say that?
It's me, Jerome, your news godfather, and I'm here to update your life.
Well, how do you plan to update my life exactly? Because I don't think I'm understanding. Care to elaborate?
Our News has launched its broadcast channel. So now, most important updates come straight to your WhatsApp.
Dad, so you tell me that I have access to real-time updates and news at 7:30?
Yes, you get it first and direct and unfiltered.
Okay.
It's perfect for our viewers who want to stay on top of what's going on.
Well, I want to stay in tune. Are you talking about like recent crimes and political updates and heartfelt stories as well as sports coverage?
We're talking exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes content, major announcement, everything you actually care about.
Nice. I love the sound of that. So this is like VIP access to the news you don't want to miss out. So what are you waiting for? Be sure to press the notification bell on the WhatsApp broadcast channel so that you don't miss out on all of the real-time updates.
NFL season is back and Cable Bahamas is...
On this day in Bahamian history, on October 24th, 1929, share prices collapsed as nearly 13 million shares changed hands in panic selling on the New York Stock Exchange in what became known as Black Thursday. In 1932, American gangster boss Al Capone was sentenced to 11 years in jail for tax evasion. The UNS National Park Service celebrated the 75th anniversary of Alcatraz as a federal prison. And in 1957, the death of French fashion designer Christian Dior. For more on the day that was October 24th, head over to ournews.bs. Most Bahamians know the importance of saving for a rainy day, but what happens if your bank or your credit union fails? The Deposit Insurance Corporation says that's exactly why it exists, to give you peace of mind. The insurance corporation was set up back in 1999 after the collapse of Gulf Union Bank. Today, it collects premiums from 18 member institutions, that's 12 banks and 6 credit unions, to build a fund that protects depositors. Senior analyst Charles Greenslade says the corporation is taking that message directly to the public with a finance fair this Saturday at the Bahamas National Trust.
From 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., we're inviting the public to come learn more about the DIC, have some fun. We have giveaways such as a laptop, savings bonds, and $100. So you come with your questions. With any question, you need to be answered to feel more secure with your money within a payment financial system. We also have our member institutions coming. You can bring your questions for them as well, and members of the central bank. So you can get your questions answered.
Well, the Bahamas Culinary and Arts Festival is in full swing at the Bahamas Resort, and things are heating up as a mega concert is set for tonight. Our Danielle Miller is standing by with the latest. Danielle, what's going on at Bahamas?
Hi, Berthany. What is going on is I am getting ready for this concert tonight. It features none other than Lenny Kravitz, and I'm so excited to see him perform because of two reasons. One, this will be the first time I will see him out there on stage ever in my life. And two, let's not forget, Lenny is of Bahamian heritage, so it'll be pretty cool, to say the least, to see him on that big stage performing at a huge festival. There were so many persons checking in this morning as tickets for Lenny Kravitz are sold out. So therefore, if you did not get your tickets for Lenny Kravitz, I am so sorry. There is no more. Please do not show up at the door on a wing and a prayer and thinking that you're going to get in, because it's not happening. Also, too, get here early, or else you may run into an instance whereas there's long lines for the food, because there is going to be a court of food, because this is a culinary festival. So all of Bahamas restaurants are going to be down there for you to sample their food, as well as to get a good space in front of the stage to see Mr. Kravitz. Now, if you're wondering what I'll be wearing tonight, tune into our broadcast tomorrow at 7:30 with Megan Shepherd, and I'll give you a hint. My outfit is rock and roll inspired. Let rock and roll live on. All right, Berthany, back to you.
I wasn't ready. Berthany, are we going to check it out, or?
I on Danny rock and roll inspired outfit. Danny, we still on TV.
Danny!
Oh, sorry.
Oh, thanks so much, Jenny, and we hope you have a great night. It sounds very exciting. Stay tuned to our news on Thursdays to see more escapades like that one with our Danielle Miller. And don't forget, stay locked into our news every week from now until December for your shot at driving away in a brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta. It's the ultimate giveaway, brought to you by Our News, Alive and Auto Mall, and you'll have even more chances to win with fun trivia and giveaways on our digital platforms. We've got some extra prizes courtesy of Auto Mall and Alive. To learn more, head over to ournews.bs to learn how you can win. Good luck. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on our news at 7:30, nearly 100 Bahamians are preparing to leave Jamaica as an evacuation flight is organized amid growing storm concerns. We've got the latest from officials coordinating the effort. Also, from poor roads to safety and environmental issues, residents in Golden Isles are sharing their frustrations ahead of next month's by-election. Also,
the Bahamas' tourism sector holding firm despite a U.S. government shutdown. Tourism Minister Chester Cooper tells us why just ahead.
And later, the Court of Appeal sides with the world-famous Valley Boys. Members say the ruling validates what they've been saying all along. The story when our news at 7:30 returns.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
When I wake up in the morning and I take a walk outside, I see the sunshine, I see a new day, and that feeling puts a smile right on my face. I know just what to do, go to the paint place. So if you wanna paint it right the first time, go to the paint place, stop at the paint
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. Well, with Hurricane Melissa closing in on Jamaica and other nations in the region, the Bahamian government wasted no time launching an evacuation flight this afternoon to bring students home to safety. Our news tracking Bahamas Air Flight 945 from LPIA to Norman Manley International Airport, which took off shortly after 4 p.m. Bahamian Consul General to Jamaica, Alveda Knight, says students were asked to bring their passports and were notified that they'll be responsible for their return once conditions improve. Knight spoke with our news earlier, explaining why it was important to act quickly.
Well, the decision was taken, I guess, by the government after an evaluation as to whether or not the threat was indeed a prominent and dangerous threat to the welfare of the students and the Bahamian citizens, and after the assessment of the information afforded them from the meteorological offices of both the Bahamas and Jamaica, they decided that the best thing to do would be to bring all Bahamian citizens and students who were desirous of coming home. How is it going? We have a total of an interested 92 persons who signed up on the Google Sheet to be evacuated. There was a combination of students and citizens. Today, at this particular moment, which is now, what time is it? It is 2:06, well, Jamaica time. 74 of those persons have checked in and are in the departure lounge awaiting the flight.
Now, as for the Bahamians who will remain in Jamaica, Knight shared this.
The expectation is that, like with anywhere in the world, we will follow directives of the government of the host country. So the Disaster Preparedness Organization here in Jamaica is very competent, very aware, and they're very, their communication is consistent and thorough. So we're always aware of what's happening, what should we do, what we shouldn't do. So I'm going to continuously urge all the students and Bahamians who are here to listen first to the institution where they're staying and then to the government of Jamaica, or vice versa. But nonetheless, above all, follow all of what you have to follow to keep safe and sound. What I intend to do, I am actually going to try and find myself in a shelter if they are put in shelters, because the University of the West Indies, their facilities are quite robust, and 100% confident that they should provide the competent protection that would be afforded during the storm.
Well, we are keeping a close eye on Tropical Storm Melissa as it moves through the region. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with the latest. Greg, the storm, I believe it's projected to become a major hurricane. What can you tell us?
Major. Category 5 hurricane. They expect this to intensify too. And that's not painting a very good picture for those down there in the Caribbean, especially Jamaica and portions of the Hispaniola landmass. They are going to see a lot of rainfall with this system. As the 5 p.m. position places this system right now, Tropical Storm Melissa, 16.0 degrees north, 74.3 west, winds up to 65 miles per hour, and its movement is towards the north. Notice that speed, 2 miles per hour. So this system is actually just sitting there in this very warm pool of water. Also, some upper level sharing that was keeping this at bay is relaxing. So Melissa is getting its act together and is continuing to strengthen. It's going to continue that jog towards the northwest overnight through tomorrow, but by tomorrow evening into Sunday, we expect that system to turn towards the west, making it to a hurricane status by tomorrow, and actually rapid intensification by Monday. Expect this to be up to a category 3 system. So this is not going to look very good for those areas. Down the road, we do expect the system to be moving across Jamaica by early next week, and by middle of next week, moving across eastern Cuba and into the southeast Bahamas. So we're asking the southeast and central Bahamas, the residents down there in interest, to continue to monitor the progress of the system, as the system is expected to be at least a category 1 storm, possibly even a category 2 once it gets into our area. So make those necessary plans right now. Take care of your hurricane preparations, because you're not going to have very much time early next week to get things started. The effects for this system across the area will bring us lots of rainfall, as I mentioned, heavy showers and downpours, anywhere from 4 to 8 inches of rainfall expected for the southeast Bahamas. There could be some isolated amounts up to 12 inches. So flooding is a distinct possibility with the system. So once again, make sure you get your plans together as the system is headed our way. Natalia?
All right, Greg, and just before you go, when can we expect to feel some of those effects here in the southeastern Bahamas and our neighbors in the Turks and Caicos Islands?
Well, the Turks and Caicos Islands are seeing some of that moisture move across their area right now. So some showers and some thunderstorms. But as the weekend approaches us and gets deep into the weekend, We're going to see most of that spreading across Hispaniola as well as Jamaica, and some of that will be moving into the southeast Bahamas. But by early next week, central and southeast Bahamas should start to see some of those showers and thunderstorms.
So preparation is key.
Key.
All right, thanks so much for that, Greg. Well, switching gears now, poor roads, security, and environmental issues are just some of the concerns expressed by Golden Isles residents ahead of the upcoming by-election. Our Joshua Williams visited the community today where he spoke with residents. He tells us more in this report.
Golden Isles residents are 1 month away from making an important decision: who will be their next member of parliament. For now, they're without representation after the passing of MP Vaughn Miller, who was laid to rest Friday at Bahamas Faith Ministries. Vying for the seat is Progressive Liberal Party Senator Darren Pickstock, Brian Brown representing the Free National Movement, and Brian Roll for the Coalition of Independents. All three have hit the ground campaigning in those communities, but what do residents actually want? I stopped in the Bacardi area today where I met this breakfast stall owner who wants to see more opportunities for small business owners.
This is a good thing for many ladies within our community, within the Bahamas. If they've been working, this pays off great.
The constituency has over 7,000 registered voters, making it one of the largest constituencies. However, last general election, only 66% of those voters turned out. Residents also expressing concerns over infrastructural upgrades, especially damaged roads and the presence of shanty towns nearby.
Just a better road and stuff like that. Fix the holes in the road. That's it.
I ain't prejudiced, right? But there's too much of illegal immigrants around here.
I also came to Adelaide Village. It's a quiet community tucked away in western New Providence, and I met with a shop owner who shared with me the needs of this community as they too are in the Golden Isles constituency.
If you look over there, you'll see a lot of bushes that head into the housing community. In the event of a fire right there, all of those houses will be burnt to the ground.
In addition to CCTV and lighting, Adelaide's position near the coast makes the community vulnerable to storm surges.
In the event of a natural disaster, there's no emergency plan to get out. And so I think that's first and foremost.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Well, concerns are mounting over the extended United States government shutdown after political gridlock in Washington led to a halt in non-essential services. Here at home, Tourism, Investment and Aviation Minister Chester Cooper says the tourism industry remains strong with record arrivals and no immediate fallout. Our Delvardo Emmanuel reports.
The United States remains the Bahamas' single largest tourism market, accounting for nearly 80% of all stopover visitors. So, on October 1st, when the federal government of the United States began a shutdown at 12:01 a.m., many wondered what could that mean for local tourism. The shutdown resulted in the furlough of roughly 900,000 federal employees and left another 2 million Americans working without pay. According to Tourism, Investments and Aviation Minister Chester Cooper, there has been no immediate impact, and he says the industry continues to perform exceptionally well.
Not yet. The impact hasn't been felt. It's, I think, in the Bahamas, the consular services continue. We anticipate some medium-term impact, perhaps, if it continues. But for right now, no, we haven't seen any significant impact from it.
Cooper, who was speaking in North Andros during the Venture Pitch Initiative, says the ministry is keeping a close eye on U.S. political and economic developments. The U.S. shutdown now in its third week, with Republican and Democrat lawmakers in Congress no closer to ending their standoff over a budget. Still, he insists the Bahamas is well positioned to withstand external pressures.
Confidence level in terms of the economy is waning in the U.S. as we see in some of our numbers. But our numbers overall, 2025 compared to 2024, continue to be strong out of the USA. Our fourth quarter projections are very, very strong. And the first quarter in 2026 shows no signs of letting up.
Now, Cooper says his ministry is embracing this moment, using it as an opportunity to pivot into new markets and strengthen the Bahamas' global reach.
The numbers are strong for fourth quarter and the first quarter 2026, and that's a demonstration that the strategy is working.
Reporting for Our News from Fresh Creek, Andros, I'm Delvaro Emmanuel.
Still to come in our news, the Court of Appeals sides with the world-famous Valley Boys. We have comments from some of the members coming up, and later, family, friends, and dignitaries gathered today for the official state funeral of Golden Isles Member of Parliament and Pastor Vaughn Miller. And that's all coming up when our news returns.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
It's what we've been saying all along. That's how members of the world-famous Valley Boys are describing a Court of Appeal ruling that gives them the green light to appeal a Supreme Court decision that denied their bid for judicial review for nearly 2 years now. Brian Adderley's faction and the Way Forward Valley Boys, led by Trevor Davis, have been at odds over who has true claim to the legendary name. Earlier this year, the Registrar General registered the name to Trevor Davis's faction. The group also receiving seed funding for this year's upcoming parades, but the Court of Appeal blasting the Registrar General's handling of the matter, saying, quote, "It is beyond belief," end quote, a group of individuals could hijack the name and legacy of one of the country's most iconic cultural institutions without proper scrutiny. Our News caught up with membership coordinator for the world-famous Valley Boys, LeVar Ferguson, at the group's shack last night.
It's a big thing for us because the court highlighted the exact same thing we have been saying for the past 2 years. How is it that one person or a group of individuals who were not authorized were able to walk in the Registrar General's office and register something that does not belong to them? And the court highlighted that. They granted us leave, and we will proceed with the matter.
It's important to note that while the court's decision does not overturn the earlier Supreme Court ruling that dismissed the group's application for judicial review, it opens the door for the world-famous Valley Boys to challenge the outcome before a higher court. The ruling also questions whether the law needs to be clarified to protect the groups in the future.
This is an issue. I mean, you could imagine if Junkanoo groups just go through this every year, there would be a threat to the independence of Junkanoo every year a parade is called. And this cannot happen. Someone just being able to walk in and say, you know what, I want this, and they make it happen on that basis, that's wrong, man.
Well, hundreds gathered at Bahamas Faith Ministries for the official state funeral of Golden Isles Member of Parliament Vaughn Miller. Attending the funeral were family, friends, religious leaders, senior members of the Davis administration, as well as members of the opposition. Miller, who also served as a Minister of Environment and Natural Resources, died at the age of 65 on September 28th. In addition to a life in frontline politics, he was also a pastor and former radio talk show host, known for his booming voice and belief that wealth should be common. Speaking at his funeral this afternoon, Christian Council President Delton Fernandez recalled his love for his country and people.
He had a personality that was larger than life. That when he entered politics, after being one of the most recognizable voices in our nation, I believe he entered politics from a different perspective. He didn't enter politics to see who could serve him, but he entered politics just to be a servant leader to God's people. I've shared this with the church, and I've had the opportunity to sit with Cassandra and the family and to share that my brother really never saw politics the way the average politician sees it. His desire, Mother Miller, was simply to represent Eleuthera. If he could just be the minister of Eleuthera, he would be absolutely happy.
Coming up in sports, another national basketball team member looks to make the transition to the sidelines, a first-time postseason nomination for Jazz, and the favorite part of your week and ours, top plays.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Call now to get more of the care you need.
Kid Mama's giving away things? Oh, that's a drone. Remember me saying you can always get a drone?
Cable Bahamas turns 30 years this year. I want the phone, the drones, and we're celebrating you. We've got prizes and surprises for new and long-standing customers. We're talking TVs, smartphones, smartwatches, drones, gift cards, and more. And guess what? All you have to do is be an Alive Fiber, or Rev customer. That's it. But that's not all. We also want to celebrate you in person. So we're throwing a party every month. And Family Island customers, don't worry, we haven't forgotten you. Follow all of our social media pages and check your emails for event dates. We're celebrating 30. Experience more.
What do you get? Tired of weak, over-the-counter bug sprays? Step up your pest control game with professional-grade products from the Struckham Shop. From powerful insecticides to trusted gel baits and termiticides, we supply the same products used by Struckham Commercial Pest Services, now available for DIY homeowners and small pest control pros. Whether you're protecting your home or building your business, get the edge with the Struckham Shop.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Bahamas national team veteran player Keno Burrows continues to grow the game. This time, he looks to make the move to the sidelines. Burrows attended the USA Basketball Coach Academy in New York, joining a group of elite coaches and educators for 2 days of development and networking. The event featured presentations from some of the most respected names in the game, including former NBA coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Bob Hurley, and 10-time gold medal winner Don Showalter. Topics range from attacking zone defenses and improving player decision-making to developing team culture and communication. For Burrows, it was a chance to bridge his perspective as a longtime player with his emerging role as a coach. The former national team captain said the experience reinforced the importance of teaching fundamentals and building culture both on and off the court.
If the first few nights are any indication, the Western Conference is going to be an absolute war. Buddy Hield and the Golden State Warriors hope to be in the mix. Hield scored 11 and the Warriors came from behind to beat the Denver Nuggets 137-131 in overtime. The Warriors have a quick turnaround as they take on the Trailblazers tonight at 10 p.m.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. has a shot at some postseason hardware. Louisville Slugger announced the finalists for the 2025 Silver Slugger Awards, which honor the best offensive players in the MLB. Chisholm, the Yankees all-star second baseman, was a finalist for the position in the American League, joined by Brandon Lowe of the Tampa Bay Rays and Jorge Polanco of the Seattle Mariners. Winners are selected by MLB managers and coaches based on a player's offensive production. Chisholm finished with 31 home runs, 32 stolen bases, 80 RBI, and 813 OPS, and get this, a batting average of .242. This week was proof that sports are truly the only shot we have at a positive monoculture moment. Because for a few hours, VJ made everyone forget red shirts, yellow shirts, not really sure about the color of the other shirts. Anyway, here's top plays. At 5, we know whenever Buddy wears the Kobe Pro Tro 5s in the Bahamian flag colorway, it's gonna be a good day. Marcus Smart's the worst, right? We can all agree.
At number 4, down 7, Derek White on him. No problem, VJ with the midi. We'll see more of him later on, I guarantee it.
At 3, we head to the gridiron. Ethan Robinson channels Odell Beckham for this one-handed touchdown grab.
At number 2, we head over to France. I'll just let the announcers say the name this time.
Dominique Bridgewater! Dominique Bridgewater!
And at number 1, who else? It's pretty much VJ Edgecombe week. Bimini, stand up. This isn't hyperbolic. This really was one of the greatest debuts in NBA history. Feels surreal. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. Okay, just for clarification, right? Reporters can bet on whatever they want.
All I know is these NBA games are going on too late.
Yeah, that's a story for another time because we are definitely doing this live. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, things are heating up at Bahamas as 4 talented teams go head-to-head in the Young Chef competition finale. Our Danielle Miller is live with action when our news returns.
You gotta catch the Charlie Bahamas show this week. We're coming from Superwash with Hope and Cookie. Today looking for Charlie Banana.
That's Charlie Banana.
Catch the show. Uh-oh, I hear them. Hurry up, catch the show. Cable Bahamas channel 212. I know Hope's real name. Where did Cookie come from?
Nobody seemed to know.
Do you know?
No.
Catch the Charlie Bahama new season every Friday, 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas channel 212.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, so let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and a live fiber on channel 747 and 748.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say they...
You get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Breach of the party's constitution.
Behind me is what remains of the Victoria Court Apartment Complex.
Our News at 7 brings you that truth in all of the day's top stories, sports, and our view of the world. Join me, Gandino Knowles, weeknights for Our News at 7. Stay with the team you already trust.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government.
This is our news. Welcome back. We are watching Melissa, which is a tropical storm, get its act together. It's strengthening as we speak. It's moving over a very warm pool of water across the Western Caribbean. Also, the upper level shear is weakening, so this system has potential for some further development. We expect some rapid development over the course of the next couple of days, but the 5 p.m. position places Melissa at 16.0 degrees north, 74.3 west, winds up to 65 miles per hour. And it is not moving very much. 2 mile per hour at to the north, and as I mentioned, it's sitting right across a very warm pool of water. We expect the system to continue to track towards the northwest through tomorrow, and expect it to strengthen to a Category 1 hurricane by Sunday. It's going to take that turn towards the west, expected through some of the models, and that will bring it just to the south of Jamaica, and it is going to do some rapid intensification during that time frame. So we're looking at a very potent storm across portions of the Caribbean. For the northern islands, Cuba, Hispaniola, a lot of rainfall will be affecting those areas. They're expecting anywhere from 12 to 24 inches of rainfall, with isolated amounts up to 35 inches. and that is spelling very destructive, catastrophic conditions for those areas, looking at some very strong flooding, strong flooding for that area. Once again, the system will be tracking towards the northeast. Wednesday, we expected to be into the southeast and central Bahamas as a Category 1, possibly a Category 2 storm. So we're asking you, residents in the central and southeast Bahamas, to begin some preparations and continue to listen for some updates on the system. The Department of Meteorology has a statement out as we speak. Taking a look at the scenario, upper level trough will be dipping off the southeastern United States early next week. That's going to deflect the system towards the north and east and bring it across the area. The potential for some heavy downfalls. Once again, significant rainfall expected for portions of the southeast Bahamas, as well as Hispaniola, Jamaica, and Cuba. So this system is going to be a very, very potent storm once it pushes through our area. Boating forecast. We are asking you boaters to begin to stay in port. We are looking for some very strong winds. Northeast to east winds, 20 to 25 knots. It will be gusting high at times, especially south of Inagua. They will be up to gale force, very rough seas, 5 to 8 foot seas, building up to 10 feet in some northeast to easterly swells. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, we will continue to monitor Melissa. It's strengthening to a Category 1 storm tomorrow, and we will continue to see some spotty showers, but by next week, those shower chances will be increasing as that system moves into our area. Once again, continue to monitor the progress of this system over the next couple of days. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
To track tropical storm Melissa throughout the weekend. Be sure to stay tuned to Our News Weekend with our Megan Shepherd. Well, as events at the Bahamas Culinary and Arts Festival heat up, so did the kitchen. 4 talented teams went head-to-head in this year's Young Chef competition finale. Our Daniel Miller is live from the resort tonight. Danny, how are things going as everyone gets ready for Lenny Kravitz?
Everything's going great, Italia. As you can see, I came downstairs. I have a drink in my hand. This is some bubbly drink I like from Sticks. I don't know about you guys, but when you come to a food festival, your appetite just increases. So I got like one of my favorite dishes from here, and now I'm drinking my favorite drink. I also met this young lady. She had on such a gorgeous dress, and she was telling me how she was listening to Lenny Kravitz's sound check yesterday, and she cannot wait to hear him live tonight. And speaking of little, I have a little secret. I used to be a chef when I was younger. No, I lie. I never was a chef. The only thing I can make really good is tuna salad. But here are some young people that can make a great lamb dish. Check it out. I also have to put this in here. He's from CV Bethel. I am from CV Bethel, home of the Stingrays.
The competition was intense as 4 teams battled it out for the grand prize, a package of experiences designed to create lasting memories. Director of Talent Development, Jamara Thompson, says it's all about giving young chefs a platform to shine.
We believe in the experiences, so one of the main things was they get to work with one of our celebrity chefs on stage during the Culinary and Arts Fest. They also get 2 passes to the Culinary and Arts Fest. They get a 2-night stay with credit for food.
And when the cooking was done, Samuel Fortune from CV Bethel and Antonio Dean from the University of the Bahamas were crowned winners of the 2025 Bahama Young Chef Competition. Their task? To use a set of surprise ingredients to create something extraordinary. Chef Tevin Kemp shares more.
Lamb loin going in with pomegranate, finishing off with 2 other ingredients, that being goat cheese and instant coffee. The curveball item would have been Coke soda.
I got to sample the dishes, but don't worry, I wasn't a judge. That job was left to celebrity chefs Marcus Samuelson and Simeon Hall Jr., who were both impressed by the young talent.
What I'm most proud of is, first of all, that we have a competition like this that really looks back and picks up the next generation of Bahamian chefs.
When you work in a space that you are divinely purposed to work in, like you can see that these kids want to do this.
Fortune and Dean say they're grateful for the experience and already have plans for their prize.
I'm going to use it as a birthday present because my birthday's in November.
What about you? All right, thank you so much.
Reporting for our news, I'm Danielle Miller.
Well, Antonio is not letting the cat out of the bag on that one. But what I will tell you is, right now, I'm going to go back upstairs, put on my outfit, and head on outside to go ahead and indulge in the activities. But before I go, I want to say congratulations to not only the winners, but all of the young people that participated in the Young Chefs competition yesterday. Back to you in studio, Italia.
And Danny, just before you go, I just want to know, what is the mood like on the ground as people prepare to go to this big explosion tonight with Lenny Kravitz?
It is buzzing, Italia. I literally am afraid if you don't get here, it's almost 8 o'clock. I think if you don't get here by 9, then you're going to have to park a little ways out because valet is going to be full due to the fact that not only persons will be coming on the property for this, but persons are staying here and they've been checking in all day for this as well. Everybody was talking about the sound check yesterday and the fact that they can hear Lenny Kravitz, so it just amplified the excitement that is already on the ground. So I am so excited, so stoked. I watched Wildflowers put up a bit of the decorations earlier today, and listen, they got cars on the lawn too with like artwork wrapped around them. It's a movie tonight. So if you have your tickets, get here. If you don't have your tickets, I'm sorry. Watch for the highlights tomorrow night.
All right. Thanks so much for that, Denny. Our Danielle Miller reporting live from the Bahamas Resort tonight. And I know our audience couldn't hear me earlier, but stay tuned to our news weekend with our Megan Shepard as we continue to track Tropical Storm Melissa. And don't forget, stay locked into our news every week from now until December for your shot at driving away in a brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta. It's the ultimate giveaway, brought to you by Our News Alive and Auto Mall. And you'll have even more chances to win with fun trivia and giveaways on our digital platforms. We've got some extra prizes courtesy of Auto Mall and Alive. To learn more, head over to ournews.bs to learn how you can win. Good luck. And with that, we thank you so much for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.